Okay, we weren't going to end on that note, were we? So just after the end of recording Series 4, I thought, why don't we go into the future for 5 years and see how Burnley do without me as manager? Oh shit, I let that slip, didn't I? Yeah, I think that's the closure we've been waiting for 4 bloody series. But yeah, let's move forward one season and see how Burnley have done without me. So I holiday to what I thought was the end of the season, and I found out there's still 2 games left to play. And I also can see that Burnley are still in a relegation battle with 2 games left, and they do need at least a draw at home to Stoke to give themselves a fighting chance on the last day of the season. I mean, this just sounds like my series all over again. So before we find out Burnley's fortunes for the rest of the season, how about we go and see some of the players which made this series for me. So Sordelino is still at Burnley, but he's on loan at Bristol City and he's got 11 goals in the league. And Bristol City won the league, so I would put that down to Sordelino's impact. Also, Portsmouth managed to finish second in League One, but we won't be seeing that for a few years, or ever. So at least the formation's a bit different. I mean, I never actually thought about playing the narrow diamond. Also, the front 2 seems to be a lot different to the front 4 that I had at my disposal when I was with Burnley in Series 4. I mean, Carlos Bacca plays for Burnley. Had he even heard of Burnley when he was playing for AC Milan? I don't think he fucking did. Oh, and also Corley Woodrow is up front as well, and he's got 17 goals in the league. He was playing for Fulham in the Championship last year. How the hell has he achieved that? Not moving to Burnley, I mean scoring 17 goals in the league. I mean, anyone can move to Burnley. They also have Ander Herrera in midfield, and I actually signed him before I resigned. I didn't actually resign after the last game of the season. I forgot to mention that. But it's nice to see Ander Herrera's in the team, so that's another one of my signings doing very well in the Burnley side. How many was that? Like 2 out of 28. Also, I've noticed the level of management which clubs regard me as Bolton Wanderers and Hartlepool United have offered me job interviews. Bolton Wanderers, who were just relegated from the Championship, and Hartlepool United, who had just gone down from League One. I mean, I took Burnley out of the Premier League and then back into the Premier League. I mean, how am I being offered a job at Hartlepool United? But Burnley, anyway, got their 1-1 draw against Stoke, which means they go into the last game needing to win to stay up and hope West Ham lose. And I've just come back and seen that Burnley actually did it. They managed to beat Hull City away, who were bottom of the league, and Tottenham did them a favour by beating West Ham in the 83rd minute. I mean, you could have made this up 2 seasons in a row. Also, if you wanted to know the manager that took over the reins after I left, it was Gareth Southgate. I mean, that is the most predictable thing to have ever happened in Football Manager. But then he got sacked and was replaced by Ronnie Dyler. Then again, Tim Sherwood's back in the Premier League, managing Blackburn, and he got him to 10th in the league. I mean, that is embarrassing for the Premier League, not for Tim Sherwood. But anyway, that's enough of looking at the first season. How about we go on to the second season and see how Burnley have done? So Burnley had a more comfortable second season after I left. They finished 14th in the league. I mean, 1 place below Tottenham, and they only finished actually below them on goal difference. Now that's embarrassing for Tottenham. Looking at the transfers, Sordelino was released after this season, which is a bit of a shame to see because, as we say, he's a world-class player. I mean, you got Bristol City out of League One. Scott Yarfield and Nani were both released as well. Patrick McNair went to Reading for 105 grand. There's Kieran Trippier, who went to Sunderland for 1.8 million. Olivier Giroud joined QPR on loan. I mean, are they just trying to get rid of every player that I actually bought who were of quality? Anyway, I couldn't really be bothered to simulate every season, so we've just gone ahead 3 seasons. So now it makes 5 years in total, which leads to the title 5 years on. I mean, did you see what I did there? Well, technically, I just put 5 years and then just put on in the title. It's not really funny. But anyway, Burnley got relegated, and they finished a place above Tottenham. Tottenham were relegated.
Oh, my chest! I can't breathe!
How are Brentford in the Premier League? What's this? And Everton finished 3rd and Fulham finished 6th. I mean, this game's broken. Burnley were also relegated in the 2020-21 season, and they also got promoted back from the Championship. I mean, I thought West Brom were a bounce-back ability team. I mean, Burnley are just taking it to a whole new level. I've just had a look at Burnley's overview, and I've seen Mathieu Debuchy is the captain for Burnley. I mean, the guy must be about 45 now. Also, looking at the managers who have taken over Burnley since I've left, I mean, they don't really inspire anyone. Gareth Southgate, Ronnie Dyler, Malky Mackay. I mean, who the hell were picking these managers? Also, the team looks... well, the team would obviously look a lot different to when I left. But Danny Ings is still on the bench. How is Danny Ings still a Burnley? And he got 14 goals in the league. So how is he on the bench? Also, a few other players who have moved on in their career. Riyad Mahrez is now scout. At the age of 32, his judging playability and potential is 4. I can't see a lot of clubs hiring him as a scout. So Sordelino retired at the age of 29 as he couldn't find a club after leaving Burnley. I mean, that surprises me a lot, seeing as he got 11 goals at Bristol City in League One. Surely a League One team would have taken him on. Olivier Giroud is now a manager at the age of 36. He's not really managing anything other than his hairstyle. Gary Mackay-Steven retired at the age of 20. Why are we talking about Gary Mackay-Steven anyway? Thierry Henriquez, after I sold him to CSK Moscow, is still playing for CSK Moscow. So Tom Klebiesta was released after Burnley got promoted from the Championship. He still hasn't found another club yet. That surprises me as well. I've also seen that the club failed financial fair play regulations. I never managed to achieve that, so that's something that I actually failed on myself. So if you want to continue my incredible legacy at Burnley and continue after the Series 4 finale, I will be making the save file available for you to download and for you to take over the club or whatever. Please remember that it is on Football Manager 15. I had a lot of comments when I gave it away in Series 3 asking why it wouldn't work on Football Manager, and I said, were you using Football Manager 2015? And they tried to load it up on 2016. I know, that's how old the series is.